Hello, hello. This is Deep Rock Galactic. I wanted to make this video for a while, but I've been having issues with my GeForce video capture, so hopefully this works now. This is a game made by Ghost Ship Games. It's on early access, but I highly recommend this game. Even though it's in early access, and there's a caveat there. I'd say early access with an asterisk there, because it's not just an early access game. It has enough to be its full-fledged own game right now, although somewhat bare. It has the foundation to be its own game. Like, the foundation is there. They're just basically adding on upon the foundation. Unlike Anthem, Fallout 76, you name it, where the core gameplay is bad or not there what you're expecting, and any additions on, or even Destiny 2, I would say any additions on are nice, but they just still, the core gameplay isn't as grounded, because you're digging here, as we would expect. So here I'm walking around. First you start off your game in this little pod here. It's your little room with your like space station pod, little sayings. This is your little board for you to go and see your stats with each different 4 classes, your milestones, which helps you get points, perk points, then unlock your perks, which is your kind of progress. And different perks will have where you can deposit more stuff into your mule, which I'll explain a little bit. You can revive people more. You can not take as much falling damage, run faster, and so you can kind of tune it more towards your play style. If you just want to run ahead of everybody and get your stuff from them back, or if you're, you like to kind of go alone, but also with a team, you can head out in front of everybody, scout around, see if there's enemies, come back, report it, or or put it on the mic. Or if you're more of a, you stand back and kind of assist everyone with like a gunner, and you want to help out, revive your team, you can do that as well. If you just want to sit there and dig, and that's all you want to do, dig with your friends, and you can tune into that as well. That's what they have so far. As you can see, the graphics are fairly cool. They have this kind of like pixelated, this like geometric kind of feel to them, and which adds like a nice, it just fits really well with it. You can kick barrels. You go here to the Abyss Bar. This is where you can buy juice, we'll say. And so, you go over here, regular. We'll do the leaf lover specialist.
One leaf lover, and can I get it thin with some water?
You go over here, you can grab it.
To those we lost.
Go and drink with your friends, your root beer, so to speak.
Yes!
Be careful though, there is stuff that can make you fairly drunk. And so if you go into a mission, you will stay drunk, and it is horrible experience, because they're all coming at you and you don't know where they're coming from. It's very disorienting, so be careful. Not do that unless you, yeah, it's hard. You need the leaf lover special to kind of, douse out the effects. But yeah, if you drink too much of this stuff, you can pass out or become highly intoxicated. Here you can
that sucks.
dance. So, but anyways, the main premise of the game is you're one of 4 different classes of dwarves. I just like this cup, so I'm gonna pick it around so I can talk. And you go into, you're the space station, you go in the planet of Hoxus, which you can't really see right now. It might be there actually. But they're working on building it out so you can see here. But the planet Hoxus, which is actually down below here, this is your little pod you go in. So if you ever like Halo ODST and always wanted to be in your own drop pod, you can do that now, instead of having to go in a game of Forge and make one and play there. You deposit, you go and basically dig for minerals or do other different, gather other different items, and you put them in what's called the mule or molly. which has 4 different openings on each side, and it walks around, and it's really, the way they did this thing, the Molly thing, is really good because it doesn't like get stuck anywhere. As long as there's a hole big enough for you to go through, there's a big hole big enough for Molly to go through. So they tuned it really well, and you're basically just mining minerals and you're shoving in Molly to then fill up the quota, and then you hit the little button that pops out of Molly yeah, and you hit the button, and then the drop pod comes down to take you back, and you all kind of, bum rush to the drop pod to escape. And, that's pretty much the core gameplay of this. It seems, well, how is that? You're just digging in dirt and running around. It's actually really, really engaging and really exciting. I'll show you some of the other missions, but here's some of the computers. Right now, just so you know, we are on Horrors of Hoxus. It's update 23, I think. They ever since they released, they've been doing an update about once a month with either new enemies like they've just released, new weapons, new ways to unlock weapons, new skins to unlock, and definitely, even though this is early access, there are no microtransactions. Everything you get is in game. When you mine, you can also mine for, I have to put this down. You mine for different minerals. Here's all the 5 different minerals you can, 6 different minerals you can get. And once you start playing the game, you can kind of see what magnite looks like. Some of them, like oomite and bismore, are kind of like stalagmites. On the bottom that you can mine. Otherwise, inner pearls are ones that you have to kind of dig in to get. Same with jades, as well. You kind of dig for them, but at the end of the mission too, you also get rewarded with these, and you basically kind of have to, there's eventually there's a little bit of a grind, but it's not like a heavy grind, and they do tweak it throughout. So sometimes they make it easier, sometimes they make it harder during different updates to kind of see where to find the happy medium of where it's not just, a mineral explosion where you do one mission, you can buy everything, but also now where it's like a heavy grind where it's like, well, it sounds like they're trying to implement macrotransactions with this heavy grind here, why is the grind so heavy? Where it just makes you not want to play anymore because it's what's the point? It does teeter a little bit to each side in the middle, but still fairly stays in the middle, which I'm pretty impressed with. But so we'll go through all of these. I like to start with this one and then kind of work this way. So this is the Hoxus. The scan of Hoxus. You go here to select your missions. So quick off, I forgot to say, spoiler alert, you unlock some of these, I should have said that before. Anyway, spoiler alert, you do unlock some of these throughout gameplay. So here is all these so far unlocked zones. Spoiler alert. Okay, so here's all the zones. You start off with the crystalline caverns, which is where you see a lot of the videos of, and then they kind of expand to different ones. There's magma, if you like fire. There's glacial strata, if you like ice. There's dense biozone, which is really cool. Very alien-esque. This one, and I think this one too. It's like green and fungusy, and it's really neat. Radioactive is I don't know how to. It's like there's like gray and there's like shining green crystals that there's like radioactivity that go through them, and I think it's in this one or the dense biozone where they have like electricity that goes between crystals and stuff. And so the environmental effects are just phenomenal. The environment, each one is what's it called? The generated, procedurally generated, so every mission's new. There's obviously, with this one you'll find magma stuff, but in different locations, different ways. Sometimes you might find vast caverns. You might be going through a tight little tunnel. And you have a map too, so you can, as you explore, you kind of see a bit more of the map. So you can see if you're stuck, you just gotta dig until you find another hole, or another cavern, which kind of makes it, it just gets you to explore. And I think you can see the road map online, but if I remember right, they mentioned that sometime we're having like a exploration mode where you can just go and explore and just keep digging further and further just to get minerals and stuff. And so the exploration is just really fun in this game. One of my favorites is Sandblasted Corridors, because that's one where you go in. There's like these vast caverns where you have to figure out how to get down below. Other salt pits are kind of neat. It's a mixture of like white and red scenery. Another thing too with magma is when a more recent update they also added more kind of bigger environmental, I guess, catastrophes, where in magma core you can have earthquakes where literally the ground will split. So you'll be playing, everything will be shaking, and the ground will just split, and you could fall in and die. Or you're sitting there, and you and your teammate are there, and it'll split between you, like that cliche kind of thing, but you just happen to be standing where it's going to split, and next thing you know, you got to figure out how to get back to your teammate, or figure out how to, dig around and get to the other side. And so it's just phenomenal, the environmental effects. And so as if you see their vlogs they've done, like a year or so ago, this game is highly inspired by Aliens, and so you can kind of tell that in like the sci-fi horror-esque kind of thing, but it has like a tiny, almost slightly cutesy vibe, I guess you could say. It's a little bit cuter than Aliens, but still has that kind of like horror, sci-fi horror kind of feel to it. And you definitely, your heart's pounding, because once it's there, everything will be calm, and then bam, you get the announcement that there's a horde coming, and you just get swarmed with all sorts of stuff. And so here's your assignment board. This is where, oh, this is new. Weekly oh, okay. This is new. I don't know what this one is, but it looks like they're doing weekly ones now. Anyways, here's how you can unlock different weapons in this one, as well as unlock promotions. So once you reach level 25 in your character, you can get like this, like the star, and kind of rank up, and you do like a solo mission where you have to survive on your own, just on your own, and it's like a true test of kind of character and handling of of your class. And it actually took me, with even my favorite character, the gunner, took me a few tries just to be able to really kind of, because the game works best when you're in a team, that's for sure, because everyone has their own kind of thing that when you combine them, you're truly effective. But in able to go solo, you have to kind of make up for what the other team can kind of back you up on. And so, like the scout is really good at, it's almost like Spider-Man. You can jump and go to high places, but your guns aren't the most massively powerful, and so you kind of have to make up with that by using your maneuverability to maneuver enough away for you to kind of find cover and stuff to defeat the enemies, versus the gunner is slow, and you have a big gun, but you just can't move that fast, and so you have to figure out ways to just to maneuver through and make up for for stuff, versus like which let's get to a little bit. So actually we'll just jump in there right now actually. So here's the employee wardrobe, where you can see your different skins. You can do different skin colors. Okay, so let me quick show you what the people look like. So here's what the people look like. So there's 4 different classes: the gunner, the scout, the driller. Okay, the scout, the driller, and the engineer. So the gunner has the heavy guns, and you can adjust the eyebrows, the mustache, sideburns, or beard. So I don't have too many sideburns. You can't really see them. Here, change my armor. That doesn't really help at all, does it? There we go. Okay. You do different sideburns. I usually like to do clean shave. You can do different mustaches. I'll show you different beards. So yeah, you could so there's definitely some diversity here, and skin color as well, which is nice. And then you can do really weird like ice and like pumpkin. And so I like the pumpkin. Yeah. Forgot what I had before. And then different hair colors too. You can do different hair colors too. But you can see there's different headwear you can get. These are the ones I've locked, like the Mario hat. And this is, sometimes they have limited ones. So like this one is during Oktoberfest. You can get the fedora. During Halloween, you can get this, the Yuletide cap. They're just for fun, so they're super cheap. You get different minerals, plus you can get like, I forgot the term, but it's like money or something, in the game, and they're like 5 or 10 when typically things are usually a few hundred to get an item, and so they're super cheap. You just got to play one mission and you're for sure you'll get enough money just to buy it. So there's that. And then if you become, oh yeah, there's a party hat. This is for the first year celebration of being early access, which was I think a month or two ago. So they've only been out on early access for about a month or a year, and they've pretty much every month they've updated it, and it's just fun to see it grow so much. And if you this one too, this one is one of the things you get if you become a supporter. There's a supporter upgrade. So the game right now I think started at $20. Now I think it's 25. They rose the price as they kind of realized that they had bigger player base now, and they wanted to be more ambitious with their game, and add more to each update as they grew. And so I don't know if they changed the price, but I think it's $10 or $15. You can get the supporter upgrade, which means you're just like an extra kind of, almost kind of like a tip, I guess, or just kind of extra little nudge for them with funds to help them, help support the game. And so for me, I definitely had to get the supporter upgrade. Originally, it just came with the this armor, which actually they upgraded. So whenever they upgrade and add to the supporter upgrade, if you already have the supporter upgrade, you get all that free stuff. And so they actually made this more gilded, and so they kind of upgraded this, and so you get like a full golden armor plus this ghost ship logo hat, which looks really cool. That's why all of them had the ghost ship logo hat, which I'll quick put back on. But anyways, so yeah, and then you can get different suits too that unlock. So this is your first one you get, and then you can upgrade to that one, and then the third one, which is a bit more compact, and the MK3 is just massive. They just released another upgrade too, which I haven't gotten yet, which I can show you. But anyways, so the gunner is kind of your support character. It has now a bubble shield, which is just this amazing addition they made. Not only that, but also you have like the gun, a really big machine gun, or now they have a rocket launcher too you can get. You have a pistol for your secondary, and you just kind of there just to kind of be supportive, throw a bubble shield out for your teammate to quick hide behind to kill enemies. The scout is your kind of the opposite. While the support kind of stays in the back and supports people and is kind of sluggish, the scout is for maneuverability, for going out forward, going out ahead of time and scouting out literally. Or if there's like stuff on the ceiling, with I think the engineer will have a foam platform gun. You can put a platform out, and the scout can zip line up, or like Spider-Man up to the place and grab the minerals and go back down and stuff. And so it's for quick maneuverability, but the guns aren't the most heavy hitting like with the rocket launcher or the machine gun, but it's meant for that. And then the driller is kind of unique because the main weapon is drills on its hands, and it's meant for especially for like egg hunts. You can drill down and get those really fast, or for like because you can dig, but it's sluggish. The drill is a lot faster, and so you can use the drill to drill holes a lot faster, to get certain items or to find certain enemies, or to kind of drill a hole really quick to kind of everyone hide behind. And then the gunner can put down the bubble shield, while then the next one I'll show you, the engineer, can put down turrets. You can kind of barricade yourself in the hole while enemies are coming out, so you can kind of all take it out together. And then this one, the engineer, has turrets. You can lay down 2 turrets. It's not like in I'm kind of hoping they make it so you can upgrade the turrets similar to in Team Fortress 2. But yeah, right now you can just do 2 turrets, but you can like call them back. They kind of come up and float towards you wherever you are, which is kind of neat. And you can place the turrets down, for support. And so, depending upon what you'd like to play, so you could easily, this one I think has which I can show you later too, the platform gun. So this one is really good with the scout, so you can, or the scout has, it can only use it. It has like a little grappling hook gun, like that's why I call it like Spider-Man, which is just a one-time use. You quick use it, you go up, and then it goes back on the gun, and you can use it again. But there's a cooldown. There's no ammo luckily, but just a cooldown. But only you can use it. Versus the engineer though, or the gunner has a zipline gun, which can shoot out zip lines for the whole team to use. And so you can make it so, if you don't have a scout, you can use a zip line to zip line to the platform. So that'd be engineer plus gunner, or like I said, the engineer plus the scout, or the driller too. You can just combine different combinations, and so while you're doing that, the driller can drill down to somewhere else too to get something, or just kind of your own play style. You can have one of each character. You can have one scout to quick go grab things versus 3 engineers. So you can have 6 turrets. So you just mash out 6 turrets, and boom, you have like a perimeter surrounded. So you can fend off a bunch of stuff, or they just had there's different levels of difficulty, hazard 1, 2, 3, 4. They just released hazard 5, which is just ridiculous. And so that would be really good if you have 4 engineers to just place turrets down, or 4 gunners, just to have machine guns and turrets. Everyone just quick put a shield down while there's this massive swarm of things. And so you can kind of whatever you kind of fit, you can kind of play with, and but they all kind of back each other up. So teamwork. So this is like the exact opposite, I'd say, of like Battle Royale, where it's like there's some teamwork elements, some of them kind of implement, but it's pretty much you're on your own, kid, and you're trying to survive with everyone else. And it's this very kind of American almost, or a very individualistic race to the top, and the one at the top is the one that survived it all. Versus this one is like you need to work together. Very from America to very kind of a European sense, or even kind of like an East Asian sense too. It's very familial. You got to work together as a team to accomplish your goal. And you can't you get rewarded if more of your teammates make it to the end of the drop pod to take you back up. So you do get incentives for having helping your teammates out. Everyone gets more money and more resources. Plus two, it goes by faster, and you're more likely to succeed, because if you don't make it, you only get a very excuse me, a very small portion of the minerals you collected, and you only get like a little bit of money at the end and very little experience, versus if you complete a mission. And so it's very heavily recommended that you work together as a team. The more people on your team, the 4 people, the more likely you'll be able to survive. And so that's one thing I like about this game too. And they all have their own lights too, which is kind of neat. But yeah, so I have them all gilded except for this one. But yeah, so that's you can change your layout of your character. So first off too, I forgot to mention is that not only do there's different things here, as you can see, these are the different. There's 5 different mission types. There's egg hunt, which collecting eggs. There's the typical one, the first one, the moorkite, which is comes from the Danish word mor, which means I think dark. And so it's literally like a black, shiny black material you gather. You're just sitting there. That's the basic mission, the kind of the starter one. You're just going out and you're just mining the moorkite and finding it, and then depositing it, and then going back. That's when you're finding eggs, which is kind of cool because you can look in your map to see where the eggs are, but you still have to kind of find them. And they're in like a womb kind of inside the dirt. They have to dig in the womb, and you can hear as you dig deeper into the womb to find the egg, you can hear like the bellowing of the creature, oh, as if you're killing it. And the whole swarm's there to try to stop you to keep the egg, protect the egg. And so you dig through the womb to find the egg, and then you hold the egg and somehow deposit it in Molly. This one is there's a target one, elimination. That one is you have to find eggs too, but what you do is you find an egg. Sometimes it's like on the ceiling, sometimes on the ground or on the wall, and you have to shoot it, and then it'll pop open, and it'll be like a little mini boss. It'll be this stronger version of one of the enemies where you have to kind of destroy it, and then that skin peels off, and then there's another creature inside that you have to defeat too, and so it's which is kind of neat. That one's really fun. This one is probably my least favorite, but still kind of fun. This one is Salvation, or yeah, Salvage. I mean, where you're going and you have to kind of there's a team that went down and they died, so you have to kind of basically fix their ship and bring it back up. Because I don't know if they really say the name, but you kind of work for a company and they definitely don't care about you. They just hire you to basically, you're just robots to them to go down, basically gather the stuff, and they'd rather have the minerals come up first before you, but they do know that if if their amount of dwarves dwindle, then it'll affect how much minerals can go up. And so there's kind of like that kind of humor of like the bad boss, bad management throughout this too, which they kind of reference a little bit. And so you definitely so if you've ever had bad management experience, well, I bet that's not doesn't happen very often. It's something to relate to. I'm sure you can relate to it. Anyways, Salvage, you go down and you find like the drop pod, and then you have to piece together the mules. You have to find legs and slam them together to fix the mules. And then once you find the mules, then you have to find this like this thing to fix, and then all of a sudden they'll drop down energy pods. Then you have to fix the energy pods, and so it's similar to like every basic game mode in Destiny and some in the first mission in Anthem, I guess, where it's just quick, let me fix this while you defend off the enemies. But this takes it in a different twist, and this one's more fun because they just added in this mode too. There's like this little mini boss. So when you do find them, you have to defeat this mini boss, which is this giant mule, which you've seen a little bit ago, which I'll point out again, where it has rocket launchers and it's infected by this parasite, which you have to defeat the parasite, and then you can take it over, and then it becomes this like giant walking kind of backup robot, which is really neat. And then the other one, which is point extraction. This one is it's similar to the Morkite one, but instead of getting Morkite, you're getting these aquarks, which are these like jewels, and so you kind of have to look throughout the earth to see this like kind of slight glowing blue, and then dig in it and gather the aquarks. That was kind of cool because all these other ones, you're in a team with the Molly that follows you. This one is a stationary unit that drops down that you have to put stuff in, and so basically you kind of go in like different perimeters. You kind of find everyone that's really close by, then you kind of have to go a little bit farther, and then once you're about 5 or 6 aquarks, then they have to go even really far and find the last ones, and that's usually when you go in these really spooky kind of caverns and stuff to try to find the last few aquarks. But you might stumble upon a whole new haven of enemies, and you're like, crap. Like, then you have to quick dart away, and then you bring all the enemies towards your base, and you have to defend them. And so that drops down. There's this little station that drops down with turrets, but I highly recommend having an engineer on your team to build more turrets. And definitely the driller shines on egg hunt and aquark because they can just drill in, grab it, and get out. And so that's where you could see either the driller could go in, grab it, give it to the scout, which then can like jump away and deliver it fast while the driller catches up. And so that's where those are. Sometimes there's different kind of additives on, where this one's golden bugs, and so you get more gold. And there's also cave leeches, which are creatures from up top that, like, if you gotta be careful too, because you won't see them until they come down and they grab you, and you get pulled up, and teammates have to get you to shoot it to drop you down, or else you die. And so that one is, well, you'll get all of a sudden caught up. There's these different other creatures that'll come by and fly and grab you and fly you around the map to kind of bring you back to their nest. It's pretty crazy. Anyways, so yeah, so there's that, and then you can get the accessory shop. This is where you can buy all your accessories. This is where you can get different skin colors. Okay, so you can see what it looks like. Let me quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is where you can get different skin colors. You can get, oh wow, gold looks really nice. They upgraded this too. Jaundice, yeah, so you get some ghoul ones. This we can get different hair colors. So if you want to be a silver fox, I don't know, or red, jade, yeah, ancient. This is the MK5 armor suit. So this is the newest one they just added. So it looks really cool. This is where you can get different hats. Oh. So that's just a kind of a hint at some of them. Different eyebrows. The mustaches, you can get like some really wicked ones. They're just kind of some hints of those. Different beards. Kind of hard to see beards in this one, but you know, different that. And then, yeah. Then this is where you can get your weapons. So here's the different weapons. Also, too, for a supporter, you also get golden skins for all your weapons as well, which is nice. But anyway, so here's your auto can. No, okay, no. This first one you start off with is the minigun, and then you can also upgrade to the auto cannon. You also start off with the bulldog. You can also upgrade to the fire gun. You get the zipline gun, the shield generator. You can upgrade your frag grenades and your armor. As you upgrade your armor, you also get more health. This is your pickaxe, which right now is just basic. They haven't added an upgrade to that yet. Well, I know. My kitty is meowing at me. And such. This is what you use to dig. And then also, too, there's different flares, too. You can upgrade the duration and how many flares. So there's different classes of different flares. So gunner and scout have high intensity versus driller and engineer have medium intensity. So medium intensity is yellow. I believe this one has red. So this one is bluish. I don't know if there's a difference between these two necessarily. Anyways, so this is the scout. Starts off with the deep core, the minigun. It's like a little machine gun. This is where you get the shotgun. You can also upgrade to this dual miniguns, or this M1000 Classic, which is kind of like almost like it's like a semi-automatic rifle, but it can be a sniper if you hold down. It's really interesting. Not my forte, but definitely good if you like to kind of find a little hiding spot and kind of snipe people or snipe creatures from above. Also, this is where you can. This is where you see your upgrades too. As you upgrade your character, you will unlock another slot, which I have. So you have 4. After you reach the your first rank, otherwise everyone will start with 3. You have to promote it, yeah. And then this is where you get the scout is a flare gun too. So not only do you have these flares, which kind of you just throw around, they kind of dink around in the wall. This one you can shoot a flare. So if you have a dark cavern, you can shoot 1 or 2 flares in the ceilings, and it'll illuminate the entire thing. And this is the grappling gun. Grenades, armor. This is the the driller. So the driller, I guess I forgot, starts off with the flamethrower, similar to the Team Fortress 2. This is the drill gun. They just actually added and adjusted the look of the drill, like the drill bits, so they look about more deadlier now. You get a satchel charge, which is C4. And so you start with the flamethrower, but my favorite is the new cryo cannon, which is the kind of ice gun. And then you get start off with just kind of a little pistol. You can upgrade to the plasma charger, which is really fun. You can like hold it down to create like a little ball of plasma and pew. Flare, this, that. And then the engineer starts off with this, which is like a I can't remember if this is a shotgun or like a machine gun. I think it's a shotgun. You can upgrade to the volcanic kind of. It's like a little machine gun that shoots out like a little Uzi that shoots out electric bullets that can you can upgrade. Oh yeah, when you go to the gun store, you can upgrade them as you go down. As you this one only has 2 upgrades, but some of them have like all. Yeah, you have to get a certain level. You can modify the stuff. And you go down. You can only choose one per tier, so you're gonna have to figure out: do you want it all damage, so you just all get all the damage ones, or you want increase damage but also increase the clip size, or would you rather have a longer plasma line? So you're gonna have to figure that out. Then you starts off with this one, which is like a grenade launcher. Then you get like this breach cutter, which shoots out this like ray of plasma. It shoots out, and it's like this horizontal ray of plasma that goes out and like burns creatures. It's really cool. This is where you see the platform gun, and then this is the turrets, and then the platform gun too, which is shoots out the platforms. And so they have adjusted the look of the weapons a few times, and upgraded the graphics, 2 of them. And then this is the the armor and grenades. So that's different classes you can do. This is whereas if you want 1 mineral, you'd say you keep getting Croppa. Actually, if you get Croppa, find it, because that's the hardest one to find in the whole game. So I usually don't use Croppa because it's so hard to find, and so I kind of stockpile it till I absolutely need it. But anyway, so let's say right now I don't have any inner pearls. I can go in and I'm losing I guess money, so to speak, but I could trade in 2 JDs for 100 of these credits and use 100, or I have to do 3 to then buy 1 inner pearl. And then so if you're just kind of stockpiling Umanite, you're like, nothing needs Umanite, so you can just sell like 100 of them to then buy so many of these what you do need. And so you can do that there too. And then they have been trying to make it, while I said before this is definitely a team-based game, they're trying to kind of make it more fun for solo missions. So this is where they implemented the drone. So before it used to be this drone that would just kind of follow you, almost kind of like Navi, and would kind of help out, sometimes shoot enemies. This one you can make it so it does more damage. You can make it so it has rockets now. You can control where, if it's like there's a target you wanted to go at. If you wanted to start defeating the big target while you go and get the small target, you can do that. It can also revive you too. If you die, but you only get so many revives, I think you can add an extra revive, here, so you can revive you more. Yeah, so I don't really do too many solo missions, but I mean it is still fun if you want to do that. And so I'll pick up my cup again. So anyways, this is the I believe this is what the big one I think is bigger than this one. Yeah, that goes around and follows you. Let me show you the rest of this cavern too. Or your base. There's a little mini game back here in case you're curious. Where you can go like this and kick this in here.
No! I got it!
Oh yeah, another thing too is if you I'm playing on controller, so if you click the right thumbstick.
Rock and stone!
I forgot what it is on keyboard, but you can do that, and that's like your kind of your salute. Everyone will really do, typically do. If you die during the mission, you go in the meta bay, the sick bay, and you'll wind up here, and you can kind of see what killed you and how many times you were downed. Times you passed out drunk, yeah. And there's also I'll show you a little kind of hint here as well. Here, so they added a few things here. It's nothing too big, but you can go over here and turn off.
Recalibration of gravity is commencing.
That's a good time to roll!
Calibration complete. Gravity returning to nominal levels.
So, we'll jump down here.
Please don't kick the barrels into the launch bay. Barrels and launch thrusters do not mix.
So there is a little thing to go up here is as you start upgrading your characters and leveling up. So you have your overall level, which is the blue one on the right. Otherwise, the one right below gunner is the level of your class that you've chosen. And so every time you level up your gunner, you get another kind of dink off the 3 dinks. And that's what I guess that's one way to say it, on your level, and so you can level up your character. Right now, as you can see, because there's shooting range and mission control is still in the works. But this is the memorial hall, which is kind of your memorial to your character.
The memorial hall is where we honor the fallen. Feel free to walk around and pay your respects.
You can unlock posters too as you go around, and as you get to certain levels of your characters, they turn gold. And as you get to certain levels of your own self, they turn gold as well. And so right now I have at least every character is at least level 10 as they get them to I think 15 or more. No, not 15 because otherwise this would be gold. It must be 20 I think, then they turn gold as well. So it's kind of neat, this little thing. And then typically there's music that plays. I wonder if there's enough music while I'm down. And this is for I think the people that first started, I think the original Kickstarter for this game, you can go on here. Let's see if my audio, oh, my music's up. Weird. Okay. Well, typically there's like a really cool song that plays in here. I don't know why it's not. But there's a top hanger for you to kind of go up and explore, and there's like an Easter egg, but I'll let you do that in your own time. Anyway, so just kind of see what a mission looks like. We'll go hop in. I wanted to kind of give you like a little tutorial, kind of like what this place is and kind of how the game is, but it's best to show you. So let's get on our way. We'll start off with the most basic one. Let's see, we'll do we'll do this one, Fungus Bogs. We'll do this one, and you can. This is how you join the games. You can either host one for yourself, host a private one, go in solo, or join another person's game. Okay, so this is during the day, so everyone's probably at work or school. So hopefully we can find some people who are. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna join this random person's mission. So this is different hazards. This is hazard 3, the complexity and length of the mission. Oh, so let's do this one. Here, we'll join.
$2,000 rounds of depleted uranium. Oh yeah. Where is that damn tin can? Time to deposit! Platform up! Air's kinda heavy down here.
Time to earn your paycheck, team. Got a doozy of a swarm underway.
Here's the supply.
The swarm is upon you.
Here I come. Let me go! behind! No! Ah! I'm down!
Wow.
You didn't ask over here and hurry! Big brother!
The wave is almost over. Wipe out what's left.
One down! I need the damn minecart on legs. Where is it? Careful! We're headed strong. Here we go! Inventory is full. Pull back the hell! Molly! Shoot to kill! Watching your blood silently! Deep Rock seriously needs to invest in some better equipment. It's a Spitballer! Deal!
Lighting up!
Yeah! Die, worthless crystal! Marker up!
Lights up!
Watch your fire, moron!
There we go. Just wanted to quick show you what it was like. And really quick, I want to show you what it's like when you first, I'll play it through an actual game in different missions in a different video. But let me quick do, we'll just do Glacial Strip, or do Dense Biozone. That's what I want to do. Yeah, I'll just do this. I'm going to host a public one. I'm going to make, see what we do, what Hazard 5 looks like. And I just want to show
Drop
you
pod is ready. Time to leave.
when you first start a game what it looks like. So go up here, in real time, everyone has to gather up here. You have like a
Drop
time limit.
sequence initiating. Fasten your seatbelts.
And you actually like drop down. Kind of see right here. Took me a while to realize that this is actually you like dropping down. There we go. Whoosh, into like the area of the world. So yeah, I'll show you a complete game.
Lock and load, lads.
But yeah, this is sort
We've
of going
detected an area filled with the quarks, and you get to bring them all back. Search for a blue shimmering light and extract the quark from within the walls. We sent in a specialized heavy lifter, and we're expecting heavy resistance, so the lift has been equipped with heavy armaments. But keep focused. It's about the goods.
Shield! Think you can kill me?
So, but yeah, this is a little. Yeah, so you can see Bosco comes and can revive you, but
Bosco!
so you go and
I'm gonna kill you all! Let me go, Tree!
your health is decent. You gotta gather these crystals to get your health.
Shield placed!
I definitely do not recommend going into. Here we're gonna see as soon as someone joins and it possibly goes away. I don't recommend going into Hazard 5 without one solo is gonna die. Just gonna die. So he's one of these creatures too that operates like a lift. Yeah, as you can
I think we actually have a chance to make it. Come and get me, you disgusting spawn!
find the red mineral. Not the health one, but this one right here. This is
Found some nitra!
this is what you need to get. Supply pods. If you want to have ammo, you gotta trade in nitro. Supply pods. Which go down like this, so you need enough. These things are
Over here by the marker point!
harvesters, so you can ride on them. It's kind of neat. You see the crystals here? That's the signal that bookmarks in there. There's also a different
That's
side missions
it.
too.
Back's
You
full.
go and you can collect blue balloons or blue caps.
Yeah! And it went boom!
This.
Your history!
And that is Deep Rock Galactic. Thank you for watching. And like I said, I'll make another video of playing through different mission types so you can see what it looks like. But this is just an intro overview of Deep Rock Galactic. Highly recommend checking it out and trying out, or try watching a friend play, watch more videos, and hope to see you in the game as well.